Good afternoon and welcome to PQP 2, Module 4.
Module 4.
We'd like to acknowledge that we are in the traditional territory of Waju, which is Fort William First Nation, located beside Thunder Bay. And we just want to give you a few comments about the setting direction in Module 3, and then we'll move on a little bit to what to expect in Module 4. One of the things that we're really, in Module 1 of the modules, we had practicums that were posted and were hosted by the candidates these were your practicums. I just wanted to comment that the work that was written and the conversations that happened as a result of that were really rich learning for all of us, myself included, and I was filing away little bits of information. I thought, oh, I know someone that could use that, or I myself could use that. And certainly when we think about all the areas of your practicum that you have to report on, it was really nice to see that you connected your practicum to all of those areas. So it really showed us that you're thinking quite seriously and deeply about the work that you were engaged in your learnings throughout your practicum. So keep up the good work.
This module really was intended to get you to be pulling things from your PQP1 experience, your own experiences, your belief systems about leadership, and thinking about how you begin to move a school, how you begin to shape a vision with a school in conjunction with the staff and community, and then how you communicate that vision, and then you move into the pieces where how you operationalize it. So it's a really key piece of the job, especially if you're moving into a new school, to really there is some time lapse there where you need to build those relationships and you need to understand the community, but also things need to get going. So you've got to think about how you build those initial staff meetings and things like that, how you shape and operationalize those plans. So.
One of the things that I really enjoyed in reading this was about the different thinking around how you develop a culture of collaborative inquiry and that continual learning within your building. And I think one common theme that I saw was people really felt strongly that when someone is telling you what you need to collaboratively learn about, it didn't go very well. And I would say we've all had that experience, I'm sure. And I think as learners, we could all appreciate that when someone is telling you what you have to learn about, it's not often the best way to start a collaborative inquiry. That being said, it has to really be driven by the need that's identified of the learners in your school, the students' learning need first. So if you always think about what is a critical part of the students' learning need that we need to focus on so we can better support our students, it will always come to a place of good learning for you. So just keep that in mind.
And there were several remarks about the idea of the principal as the lead learner, but also the co-learner. We have to be willing to put ourselves out there as learners and model our learning styles and model how we learn, and then how we use what we learn, how we use the information that we've learned. And so that was really important as well. That came through.
And Module 4, we're moving into accountability and school operations. So again, for people that have practicums in this section, we ask that you post them on Thursday, when the module opens. And really, this is an extension of operational work that you did in Module 1. And so it's now just amped up a little bit, but really thinking about I want to use that phrase, but the buck stops here. So you are ultimately accountable for every single thing that happens in your school or is connected to your school outside of school time. So not just the operational side, but the student safety side, accountability for student learning. I'm looking right above this little video camera, and I have a whole shelf of all the curriculum documents for grades 9 to 12 that we currently instruct in. And every single thing in there, really, we are responsible for ensuring that students have successfully and competently succeeded at those courses when we give out those credits. Yeah. So really just be thinking, like I think about that a lot.
And though this is the part of the leadership job, and the part where you hear sort of that people start to get that uneasy feeling, because we start talking about things like using data and data sets, and that includes EQAO and other international data sets, which you're going to get an opportunity to explore. But what's really important about that is accountability is the key to public trust and public confidence in public education. And if we lose that, then we lose all our ability to connect to our communities, to assure people that they can entrust their children to us, and that we're driving the community's needs forward. So it is absolutely one of the most important things you can do. It's sort of the when you walk what you talk piece, and understand what your responsibilities are and how you make that part of your everyday operations and thought processes.
And I think we connect our school improvement plan up to the board improvement plan, and you look at the 4 goals that the Ministry of in Ontario has. Public education and trust is the 4th piece that they're really focused on. And the public and the parents and the students all have to have confidence in the fact that when they receive an education in this province, they're receiving a stellar education, and one that will serve them as they move on in their life.
Okay.
So
Coming up, November 6th
yes.
is Treaty Week.
It is.
Treaty Recognition Week. So try one thing out with your communities. One thing you could do is, if you don't already know which treaty territory you live under, then find out. That's a great place to start.
Find out where the nearest First Nation is. Find out what the Métis community is like in your area. There are several links we'll put up so that you can have a peek at that. And I know Pam also, Egwa, who is working with us with the Part 1 group, have put some links up for us as well. So we'll share that with you as well.
Okay.
So have a great week.
Yeah.